I'm Jan Deokas from the Webster Museum, and today we have our favorite Palma Brothers from the Jewelry and Coin Store, and they're here to educate us on gold and silver at the beginning of their program, because gold is now 4,000.
4,250 as of Friday's close.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
4,250 an ounce.
Yeah.
So that you can look in your jewelry box and find all those misplaced earrings and bring them in. They'll give you a price on them. And so they're going to tell us today just how they do that. And anybody who's here and has brought stuff can bring it up to them also. Okay? This is Greg and this is Frank.
Hello.
Hello.
So yes, we own the shop Webster Jewelry and Coin right up the road at the end of Main Street, right down by Barrett Drive. We buy and sell precious metals, gold, silver. We do a lot with antiques, collectibles, pocket watches, coins. We do a lot with bullion. Costume jewelry, bullion, which is gold and silver, pure, fine ounces. Yes.
Would the watches have to be working, or just?
Not necessarily. I mean, vintage antique watches, I mean, there's several different types. There's automatic watches, there's old wind-up watches, there's quartz watches, which are generally considered battery operated. So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean they have to work to have value. There could be precious metal content, gold and silver, or they could just have collector value based on the number of jewels. If it's a high jewel watch, that can help increase the value as well.
Alexa, stop.
So, there's a lot of different factors that go into evaluating the price of the watches. Yeah, it's like a whole other genre of the jewelry business. So yeah, so we have a lot of fun with it, and lately it's been crazy because gold had jumped from roughly about, I mean, it just cracked 3,000 not long ago, right?
Absolutely.
We were
So I
excited about
have
that.
a rose gold watch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And how do you tell how much is gold?
Well, you have to look at the carat. So each carat
Oh.
is a purity. So, for example, 14 carats, it's going to be 14 out of 24 carats pure, which is 58%. 18 carat is 75% pure. 10 carat is 41% pure. So when you have that type of purity of gold, there's a whole bunch of other elements that can go into it, and that's where you get your rose gold. So it could be 14 karat gold, 58% pure. So you got 42% other metals. So they put in different things that would change the colors, and different things like that. It could be copper, it could be different things.
Okay.
And that would change it and turn it that rosy color.
Okay, so if I bring a piece of, can you tell us? We bring something.
Yeah, absolutely. We have
Sure.
this thermonuclear energizer. It's really just called a night and X-ray gun. So what we do with this is basically, it actually is an X-ray gun. We just put any type of metal right up to it, pull the trigger, it'll tell us exactly and break it down the content of the purity of
cool.
whatever metal
That
it is
is
that we.
cool.
And
Yeah.
if he pulls the trigger too many times, he glows in the dark.
My thumb has been hurting a lot lately, and I do this. I don't know, man. But yeah, so we do use this. This really saves us because we get a lot of fake stuff that comes in the door.
Okay, wait a minute, so tell us how much you pay for it then.
For this?
No.
Or for the gold?
Yeah.
You don't want to know we paid for this darn thing. So basically what we do is we pay 90% of what we get from the refinery. We don't get
Oh, okay.
100% from the refinery, so it's a trick question, kind of a tricky answer. We get certain percentages from the refinery based on the purity and based on the quantity that we sell them, and based on the times. I mean, right now they're kind of limiting the amount that we can bring them because it's so overloaded, so we're getting a little bit less percentage than we used to get, but because gold's so high, it's still averaging out in the favor of everybody, so.
So if I bring
yeah.
you a watch, then you determine how much gold it is,
If it's gold, we determine how heavy it is and how much gold is in there, yep.
and then does it get melted down? What
Well, not
happens?
necessarily, I mean, it really
I
depends.
hate that.
Yeah,
He doesn't melt it. No.
I mean, I hold on to a lot of stuff. We don't really like to just take stuff, throw it to the refinery and get it melted. That's not really our goal. We like old stuff. We like to put it back in the store, repurpose it. But if we take in too much of it, I mean, we can only handle so much, especially
Right.
at these prices. Yeah, because I mean, one
Well,
little,
If it doesn't work, it's worth less than if it does?
it's worth less, you know?
Yeah, but it depends too. It depends on what's wrong with it. Sometimes it's just
Easy fixes,
overwound,
yep.
and it's an easy fix for $100. And, you know, if you do it that way, then for $100, you can turn it back into a beautiful watch that
Yep.
works, and somebody might want it.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into cleaning them, a lot goes into repairing them, so, yeah.
Do
watches.
people buy gold from you?
Oh, absolutely.
Every day.
Oh, yeah, that's, we do about 50-50 business, so.
Oh.
Bullion right now is really hot. I mean, there's this term that everybody, younger people might know, the FOMO, which is fear of missing out. So as gold goes up, a lot of people don't want to miss out on the gold rise, so they come in and they want to catch it on the train ride up. Question is, when's it going to stop or level or go back down? I mean, a couple times in history it's done this. Once was
Hunt Brothers.
the Hunt Brothers back in 1980. They manipulated the market and they kind of shot silver up to about $50 an ounce. It came back down as fast as it went up. It happened again during the housing crisis, 2013 at the end of it. Yeah, it was the end of it there. And they, again, jumped up to about $50, shot right back down. This is kind of the third time it's happened, but it's been a little bit more of a steady incline, so we're hoping that it either levels or continues to go up instead of takes a sharp turn down. That would really
Yeah.
stink. So we're hoping that, you
That
know,
it stays for a while.
yeah, that it sustains, and that'll be good for
Because this is
everybody.
one of the only times, honestly, in all the years we've been doing this, that everybody's happy.
Yeah. oh, yeah,
Because
you get-
10% of $4,000 is a lot more than 10% of $1,800.
Meaning the profit that we make.
Right.
And then you guys get a huge amount for a ring, let's just say, that I used to pay $100 for.
paying
Now it's $250.
Yep, or more.
Yeah,
Depends
or
on where
more.
gold
Now
was at the
depends.
time, yep.
So everybody's happy. You guys are smiling on the way out the door, and we're smiling, and
And a lot,
it's
you know,
awesome.
a lot of people are cashing out of their bullion, silver and gold, and that allows us to repurpose it and resell it. We don't buy anything from the refineries, nothing, zero. If we did, we'd have to pay too much, we wouldn't even be able to sell it for the prices we sell it at.
Yeah.
So we buy it off the street at close to spot price, and then we turn around, add a couple dollars onto it, and then we resell it at like $2, $3 over spot. So, yep.
And Jan was right too, because you don't need much to actually walk out of the store with a few $100s, and everybody's smiling, you know what I mean?
I always
If you-
don't have to go to the bank that week.
Some instances, it's several $1,000s. I mean, you know,
Oh,
you get
yeah.
a little, I mean, it's, you know, just as an example, I mean, I can give you an idea of just a certain weight or size of like one piece, like for example,
Here,
this is
this
just
one.
a,
I think this one's.
yeah, this is just like, let's say this is just like a regular standard charm cross that was 14 karat gold. Based on gold today, this little piece would be around $277 in melt.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's a really light charm, it's just a couple of grams, you know,
Wow.
but I mean, it adds up. So if someone comes in, they got a chain and a charm and then a small bracelet that they don't wear anymore, I mean, you're getting upwards to $1,000 real quick.
Oh,
So,
my.
Yeah,
it
last
just-
week Frank walked in and I had just got done with the deal, and it was a bigger one, I must say. And so I wrote him the check and they left and thanked me, and Frank walked in and said, "What? Why are there people crying in the
Yeah,
parking
oh,
lot?"
that's a true story, yeah. No, it was, I mean, they just didn't know what they had.
They were so
And
excited that they just
It was a
started
large
crying.
amount and they were
Aw.
really, yeah, it was great. I mean, I love that. I mean, that doesn't
Yeah,
happen very
that's
often,
nice.
usually we're the ones crying. But in all honesty though, no, I mean, it's nice to see that. We do like that. I mean, you know, we're in business to make money, obviously, but it's also a cool business because we put a lot of money back in the streets in Webster, for sure. I mean, we pump a lot of money monthly into this community, there's no doubt about it, because most of our clients are people from Webster.
So are these trophies worth anything?
Trophies are collectible, they are. I mean, the older the better, I mean.
They don't
people-
have gold in them, though.
No, they're not precious metals.
That's what I wanted to know.
No,
What
no.
are they made from then?
Oh, probably just from trophy shops, they probably use things like plastic, you know, brass, copper, whatever, yeah.
Okay, so these are like some from the 40s and 50s?
I'm not sure, I didn't look at the dates on those ones, but I mean, you know, old trophies do have value just
And there are
as a
some
collectible.
sterling plates
Yeah.
that they gave out as well,
Yeah.
so.
A lot of times, you know, like Xerox, whatever, would give away like awards, and they would be in sterling silver form plates, whatever, so. And silver now, I mean, we're not even talking about silver, silver's like $52 an ounce.
Okay,
Yeah.
I brought mine.
Yeah, okay, so you got a roll
can
of
tell
$5
people.
in dimes.
How much?
You have a roll of $5 in dimes, right, silver?
I don't know. I just took them out of the drawer. Here, I didn't even look at the year.
All right. Yeah, you can tell by the sides that they're all silver. See,
Oh, okay.
with coins, and 90% American silver. Everything before 1965, dimes, quarters, and half dollars were silver. And if you look at the sides, you can see that they're continuous metal throughout. On anything post 1964, you would see the copper on the edges. So that's kind of an easy way to determine where
Oh, okay.
which ones are silver or not. So,
Oh,
so you got here is a $5 dime roll, and we basically.
How much are you gonna give me for it?
All right, hold on, let me see here.
I won't have to go to the bank, maybe.
31 times 5. It's like $155.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's like 31 times the face value.
Oh.
So
Okay.
there's like silver trophies in this case?
I don't know on that, I didn't
They
really
aren't
look at
silver.
those particular
They're not silver?
trophies.
They're not real silver.
Well, I'm asking,
Oh.
I don't know.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, they're probably, we haven't really seen any trophies in the past that were made out of real silver. We've seen some silver plated ones, usually just awards that were handed out in the form of
Okay.
like dishware, plates, things like that. Board games, for the most part, if they're, to determine their collectability, it's usually based on character. You know, whether it be based on a TV show or an actor, actress, singer, songwriter, something from the past that they made a board game out of. Could be like Donny Osmond or, you know, 007 or whatever, and that's what makes those collectible. Traditional board games, like Risk, Monopoly, Scrabble, not so much, not so hot. People like the artwork, people like the different things that you know, pertain to collecting like that genre of pop culture. So this is like Barnabas Collins, which is Dark Shadows. Kind of cool artwork to it, kind of a collectible game, probably worth like 50, 60 bucks. So, I mean, yeah, not too bad. I have a game that I just picked up at a house called Mystery Date. It's not based on anything, but it was an old game from the 60s, and it was just a popular game back then. They never reissued it until recently, so it's like a $100 game. So it's like, yeah, so there can be some value in that kind of stuff.
I noticed you had like a Star Wars poster here.
Yeah, we do.
Is that kind of thing? If people interested in purchasing that kind of
coming
thing?
back
Yeah,
now
people
again.
do love Star Wars. That's gonna be a movie that just never dies. The collectibles that were related to Star Wars are in the tens of thousands of different
So
items.
it's nostalgia.
Yep.
Big time.
That
Big time
does it.
when comes to that.
Do people trade cards with you? I mean, do they come in, I mean, not trade, but I mean, do they come in and they sell cards?
We
or-
don't necessarily do much with cards. I mean, there are
Okay.
some Star Wars cards that have some value, but we're not really a card shop. We
Yeah.
kinda, the card business is really odd. There's a lot of newer stuff that's worth a lot, and a lot of older stuff that's worth nothing. We like old stuff, so we just shy away from it all.
Got it.
You know, so, yeah.
How about Legos?
Legos are very collectible, yeah. Newer Legos, again, based on themes like
Newer,
Star
older,
Wars,
everything.
Harry Potter. Yep, very collectible. Every set's different, hard to give you an exact price.
But here's the key to everything. The things that you think are worth money, 90% of the time are not.
People will bring in a box to the shop, right? There'll be a little broken pocket watch, let's say, and then these new big-faced watches are like, can I get a value on these watches? Well, the pocket watch is gold, is probably worth about $2,000, but these aren't worth anything. You know, people are like, that was just in the box, I don't know where that came from. It happens all the time, so.
My grandson,
Treasure hunts.
my grandson buys and sells Legos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing very well.
Oh, I'm sure,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure. It's very, very popular,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but I would love to see what you have, it'd be great.
Yeah,
if
just
you-
see what people.
Of course. Very welcoming store we have. It's not like, you know, you would consider to be like a pawn shop or
There's
anything like that.
never
No, no.
any pressure at all.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you,
Feel free to come in, have a cup of coffee, something
Okay.
cold to drink, and
thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
It was fun.
Okay, what are we supposed to collect in the future?
oh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's a great
Anything
question.
that anybody throws out in the future will be collectible.
You know, that's a funny thing that we always say that because things that were not meant to be saved, comic books, used the worst paper on earth because they were cheap and they didn't even want to use any quality paper. They weren't meant to be collected. Action figures were meant to be played with, not collected. Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars were made to go on track and thrown around. All those things, if you find them in good shape, from that original era that they started in, they're worth a fortune now. You know,
Really?
especially if they're in
Wow.
nice shape. So,
Anything that was meant to be collectible
Yeah.
isn't.
yeah, everything,
And-
yeah, that's the same exact
Yeah.
opposite. Like things
Yeah.
that were made commemorative wise, that were made to be saved. And don't open this because it's gonna be
Oh,
worth money.
I know,
It's
collector
Limited
thing.
edition of 5,000. Every one of those 5,000 is still out there. Because nobody opened it, nobody touched it, so I mean, they're not really, you know, so that's a good point. Yeah,
Fisher Price
Yeah,
toys,
yep,
yeah?
yeah,
still,
they're,
it's still collectible.
yeah, very collectible. The old wooden pull toys, again, they did a lot of character stuff. Fisher Price did Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Snoopy. Always the character stuff is always a little bit hotter than anything else. You know,
Okay.
and then once you get out of that, then you kind of get to the more complex ones or the ones that they didn't make a lot of. And then that would be kind of the next set of the value on those.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some really good Fisher Price stuff out there.
So I just donated my kids' Adventure People whole
Adventure people.
thing.
When you say adventure people, from what era would it be?
Well,
How old are your kids?
maybe 58.
Oh,
It's not me, adventure kids.
yeah. So were they like
They
little
were-
helicopter drivers and things like that? Or?
Yeah, Mm-hmm,
I
and a
think-
helicopter.
I think that's
and-
Fisher Price, actually, if I'm
Is
not
it?
mistaken, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Fisher Price adventure people from the 1960s into
Mhm.
the early 70s, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, some of that stuff, that's not the hottest collectible, because again, it's just kind of one of those obscure type of toys that
Mhm.
we've seen at that era in history, but they never really caught on and kept going with.
Mhm.
You know, so, they're just about that tall?
Yes.
So, yeah,
And
jointed.
a movable
Yeah,
joint.
jointed,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and-
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you're okay donating those ones. Just
Good.
don't donate any Star Wars figures, okay, or G.I.
Oh, I
Joes.
know that.
So
Or
Star Wars figures are pretty invaluable?
Yeah,
you're-
they can be, yes.
Yeah, the original ones. from
What if they're
77.
out of the box?
They can still have a lot of value.
Yeah, a lot of value.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have some of those?
Oh, yes.
Do you?
Probably got the whole
That's
collection.
Yeah, I bet, yeah.
Look for the blue snaggletooth, that's the big one.
Okay, blue snaggletooth.
He was
thank
only
you.
sold in a Star Wars Sears exclusive playset, Creature Cantina.
You
Okay.
can show this
Oh, yeah.
on to them and on the calendar. Oh, good.
This was kind of cool. So when we first came in here today, Jan showed us this, and she goes, "What is this?" And I said, "Honestly, I don't know. It's obviously, French. Obviously, someone smoking a cigarette. So I'm assuming it's an advertisement for some sort of a vintage cigarette ad back in the 1930s, 40s. So we Google lens searched it. We found out that I don't know how to pronounce it, but Nicodial, I guess that's how you pronounce it, is anti-nicotine toothpaste ad.
Oh,
So this company makes toothpaste. So, yeah,
Interesting.
so it's kind of funny, and it's from the 1930s, and it's original. There's a whole bunch in here, and to me, they look like artist proofs, because they have numbers on the top, circled in pencil, and a lot of artists would do that and say, okay, we're gonna use this one and add one, this one and add two, or they put a whole bunch out there, and then choose which one to go with. So I bet you these are artist proof. I don't know what the values are.
Are these yours, Jan? Or-
Yeah, what happened was, was helping the Hans Barschel, who was the art director from RIT, and he had escaped Germany and went through France, Paris. He was also a graphic artist, did Fortune magazine covers and stuff like that. And so I had to take apart his house, and that was in his house, home. So I didn't really know what the language was either.
But it's yours.
Yeah, I brought it here to, I mean,
Right.
come here. My kids are minimalists,
Mine are too. They want nothing.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they'll
that's
back
the
the
new thing,
dumpster
though.
up to the door and everything will go.
Yeah. But I told them, I'm keeping it. When I die,
Yes,
you
that's
can
what-
get rid of it, but I love it.
Me too.
It's my stuff.
Okay, I have some more things.
Okay.
Tell me what this is worth.
All right, what's the Tom
That's
Thumb?
kind of fun, I bet.
Yes, it
Yep.
is. Old children's Tom Thumb cash register. Yeah, these are probably, what, 1940s, would you say? Definitely collectible.
This is
People
a
love it.
really nice one, though. Look at the,
Yeah, the artwork is
The
really
artwork's
nice on the
fantastic.
original label. We've had quite a few, we probably have a couple in the shop now.
I
Really?
think so, yeah.
Value-wise, I can't remember what we sold our last one for, and that's what you kinda gotta do. That's another thing.
You
is
gotta look it up.
To determine value, you kinda
Yeah.
gotta look things up, look at historical sales. At the time that item sold, condition, try to compare, match. I'd say probably like 40, 50, 60
that's what I was
dollars.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, sorry, game, sorry. A little bit too traditional.
sorry.
A little bit too traditional, and probably, these are, usually you can get them at flea markets for $5 to $10.
They're probably worth anything either.
Dominoes, not too much. I mean, again, people do collect them,
And they're
but
great art.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's really the
I
artwork.
like
and
the art.
It's just
Yeah.
the display of it,
Yeah.
that's what we love. That's why we buy this stuff. So,
Okay, Peter, how about salt and pepper shakers?
I mean, they can have some value to them. We've gotten collections of them. Again, we've gotten ones from Royal Dalton, which have like the characters' faces on them, to advertising ones like Esso, what other, gas station, a lot
yeah.
of gas and
Are you
oil
kidding?
advertisements.
The new thing is we've been getting a lot of sterling silver ones
Oh, yeah.
now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
we
you
found a
go.
lot of vintage sterling silver ones. So there's values in every genre of the collectibles.
How
So,
about that Pennzoil bucket?
yep.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, we do a lot with old oil and gasoline advertising. So, yeah, it's very collectible. That's a 5-gallon. The 5 gallons a little bit more sought after because they're larger. Probably, something like that, it would be $100 to $200 in that range. Condition plays a factor. If it was in mint condition, it would probably be $300 to $400.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
Did
kinda
you
neat.
see our exhibit there in the back?
Which I
that
saw,
sort of-
yeah, I saw some things back
Some
there.
of the
Oh, yeah,
gasoline.
we look all the time.
Oh, yeah, I love walking through here. Each time we do this, we like to walk through and see all the new stuff that comes in. so. Yeah. I think Jan's digging out more stuff out the back.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, I think I see.
She's gonna make us work this hour.
Have you ever been in our attic?
No, Jan tells me about it
Oh,
though.
you would love it.
Yeah,
It's legendary.
I'm sure it's wild, yeah. Lincoln Logs,
I suggested that we charge people
Building
$10
toys.
each to.
Are they good?
Yeah.
not necessarily.
Really?
You know, the
Fundraising.
older style toys that.
Lincoln Logs?
Lincoln Logs, building toys,
No?
erector sets, they're just, they don't
No.
command the same kind of value today as other types of collectible toys like action figures and GI Joes and things of that nature, so,
Okay.
yeah.
But still neat.
Oh, yeah, we never turn any of that stuff down, it just doesn't have a lot of resale value. You know, that we would consider on the level of flea markets, and, you know, there's different levels and tiers to what we sell and values, how we determine values and where we sell and how we sell. Everything from the lowest end being possibly flea market for the most part, you know, up to eBay sales, we retail out of the store, live auctions, and then really good auction companies for some really good stuff. Like, you know, it could be Hake's Auction, or, you know, Sotheby's or something
Hessney's.
like that, you know. Hessney's, yeah. Local, it's the only local one that does some probably higher end stuff.
Do you only sell out of the store? Do you ever go to like events and?
Oh, yeah, no, we do.
You do?
We do the flea market every Sunday,
Okay.
religiously. We're there, he's probably done it 20 times this summer.
Where?
Avon.
Oh,
Yeah, we do
okay.
the Avon Flea Market.
And there's a great toy show coming in Village Gate in
Yep.
December.
Yeah, we'll be doing that.
That's a good one.
Then they'll do another one at the Bill Gray's Ice Complex in January, we'll be there. And we'll probably can it for a few months and then start back up again in the spring for the flea markets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
How
do
long
it.
does the Avon Flea Market go?
I think next week is the last week.
Oh, okay.
If it's nice, you might do one more load.
Yep, might do one more.
Okay.
So we have quite a bit of stuff accumulated from what we buy and what we take in from the store. We also do a lot of advertising, and we'll go do house calls, we buy out entire estates. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, entire estates, yeah, like clean outs, you know, we'll go there, and if there's enough decent stuff there, instead of, you know, picking a few pieces here, a few pieces there, we'll make an offer on the entire contents of the house.
That's
That-
really helpful.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that is something that we.
He showed me that
yeah.
earlier today.
We were looking at it earlier, I said,
That's
that's
pretty
probably one of the coolest
fantastic.
pieces.
I remember
I
that,
remember, I
don't you?
remember these too, back in the 80s, I don't know, these look a little bit earlier than 80s, I can't tell
Yeah.
for sure, but these are so cool. The old candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that, right? They had like a powder in it, and then you take it and you blow on it, and the powder comes out like real smoke. I'm like, can you
Really?
imagine?
So-
Oh, yeah.
Well, the ones I remember were candy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me
they are
too.
candy. This is candy, but they had the paper with the powder in it, and if you put it in
Oh.
your mouth and you blow on it, it
Maybe
comes
we
out.
didn't know that.
I was gonna say.
That's what we used to do. And we go,
Yeah.
that's crazy. They don't.
Leave it up to
Can you
God.
imagine that
Because the
today?
ones we had were all candy, there was nothing
Oh,
else.
Oh,
It just
yeah.
had a little pink area where the fire would have been.
These are
Oh,
for
yeah,
hair.
There you go. Are they really?
Isn't
I'm
that
not
what it
even
says?
familiar. You're probably right on that,
It
Greg.
says-
Yeah, you put them on the stove, heat them up,
Yeah.
And then
and
It's
then
a
you curl
curler,
your
right?
hair.
curl your hair.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah. You would have known this because you flea market. That's we
Yeah.
see
He
a
used
lot
to
of that
curl
kind
his
of
hair.
stuff. Yeah, he used to curl his hair.
All four of
When he had
them.
hair.
All four of them.
Those old tools we see, the flea market's loaded with that kind of stuff. Everything from
Really?
you know,
Frank,
mechanics tools and home
Can
tools.
somebody come over here and look?
Yeah.
Because I don't have a key to unlock this, but I think Sharon's right. Looks like it's silver.
Oh, this trophy?
Hmm.
Maybe we should X-ray it.
Yeah, they're all tarnished, and
Yeah.
wouldn't that be silver?
Well, no, a lot of them are plated.
Sharon,
They
where's
really
the
are,
key?
but-
Could it be aluminum?
I can't remember.
They're plated over copper and brass,
Okay.
normally.
They're somewhere in the back office, but I don't know anymore.
Like 100,000
Me
keys
either.
back there.
Yeah.
Can you do through the glass?
No, it only shoots out about an eighth of a centimeter.
Well, we could stop by sometime with
Yeah, I'd
it.
love to.
That would be a really expensive gun. Can you imagine that? The pumpkin from here. James literally walking through grabbing stuff.
Oh, yeah,
We should grab the regular down.
maybe.
Is there anything you do not buy? Like-
Yes, there is. That's a good question, actually. And what people think of when they think of antiques, the first thing that usually jumps into their heads, furniture. Second thing, glassware. Third thing, china. We don't buy any of that stuff. It's just not easy to sell today. It's almost impossible to sell, actually.
Okay.
And when you do sell it, it's usually for out of town, and you pack it and you ship it, and by the time it gets to them,
Yeah,
it's
because
broken.
such a limited number of buyers for that type of stuff right now. that you know, if you get lucky to find someone locally, but really you gotta put it on eBay, try to get a couple bids, then you gotta ship a whole set of dishes, good luck. Yeah, especially the way they
The
handle it.
people my age, we all had to have china.
Oh, I know,
Oh, yeah.
you're absolutely right.
And-
In our,
But the best
our
part is
parents,
you have
grandparents,
sterling
we did
silver
too.
flatware sets too.
What?
That's
I
right.
said, I do too, so it's
Oh.
really below, it's really below my age, I think.
It is, yes.
But, and there are people that still love it, and it's great, and, I mean, we appreciate it, you know, but we just, we, if we bought it, we would
Yeah.
have warehouses of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so we just have to respectfully turn it down, even though we do appreciate it and we like it, we just don't have ways to move it, yeah. I
We
mean,
could start a china museum.
yeah,
Excellent idea.
yeah. So yeah, so those are the three top things we don't buy. We also don't buy Beanie Babies. Just, you know, they had that big boom of Beanie Babies back in the 90s, I wanna say, early 2000s. And just people literally spent their retirements on them. And they just don't, they didn't hold any value whatsoever, unfortunately.
What about books? Do you,
We buy children's books. We don't necessarily
do?
do rare books.
But you
Just
do
because, again, I mean, it would be a whole nother world to learn, you know, I mean, the gentleman here in Webster who owns the Muse Books,
Yeah.
Muse, I think, I mean, he's got his hands full just trying to figure out all the books of what he has and the values, and,
Right.
and I heard it's a fantastic business, but I just don't, I mean, it'd be like learning a whole new
This
thing.
be in your,
That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah, that's cool as heck. of
That's
course.
great advertising, it's fantastic.
Anything advertising
I'll go
like this.
see 'em.
I know, it's the best. And that's kind of the cool way to determine age is by the content or the artwork or whatnot, so. But a lot of old advertising things, even like countertop displays, cardboard, they start at 100 and go up depending on what they're
really?
advertising. Yeah.
Okay. Here's this.
Oh, yeah. I could never figure out how to pronounce it. Was Wabaco, Webico?
Wabaco.
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 Wabaco?
It was the Webster Basket Company.
Oh, no kidding, okay.
Yeah, and that was part of their business.
Interesting. That's why we find a lot of this around locally. I never knew that. Very good. Fantastic. Yeah, this kind of stuff is great. Anything with mobile, the old Pegasus, they
Yeah,
changed
go
their
over here.
logos through time. Sometimes they would, I mean, just throughout history, certain decades, they would just change the logo up here and there.
And what is
So certain logos, this is mobile.
Oh.
It's actually a tube repair kit. They did a lot of different things like that.
I
so.
remember that, yeah.
So as they change their logo, they would keep some for certain periods, and certain Pegasus, certain colors, make them more valuable, which is kind of cool.
How about quilts? I mean, do you do antique quilts? Probably
We don't
not.
really do much with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had some people come in, bring some in, we've referred them to other dealers, we've had them do some live auctions through like, you know, local auction companies would take them on consignment, and they've had some pretty good success, but nothing extraordinary that we've seen, so we kinda shy away from it. It's again, something you need to learn and, you know.
This is something that was invented in Webster, I think, right?
What is that?
It's the mouse trap.
Oh, yeah. Well,
It's
no,
a
no. that-
vanishing mouse trap.
Yeah, the other mousetrap is in the kitchen, I think.
Yeah, go get the other one.
What is that?
That was invented in Webster.
So you put a little food down in here, and then
Yeah,
once
they
they
go
go over the thing, they can't get back out, they're not
Right.
smart enough to
Right.
figure out how to get. That is hilarious, it's great, love it. Why is it called a vanishing mousetrap?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out where the word vanishing comes from.
they stay in there too long?
Yeah, but I guess. What else don't we buy?
Well, how about Native American stuff?
I
Where
like
you're
it.
standing, do
Yep.
you,
I like native, honestly, we like the Native American jewelry, the old Southwestern turquoise jewelry, it's fantastic.
That's one of my favorites.
Very popular, very collectible. Obviously also, you know, Native American artifacts are very collectible right now
Look
as
at
well. Webster. That's cool.
That's from the Webster Grange.
Yeah,
You know where it is? It's right over here
Yeah.
on Main Street.
okay. That's cool. Very neat piece. You know, it's hard to price out or evaluate local advertising. You know, that wasn't necessarily a known brand, you know, commercially known brand. But that's the kind of stuff that's gotta stay right here, and that's where you'll find,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
The
your
best
value.
buyers.
Yeah,
Meets
Well,
on the
really
third
cool stuff
Saturday.
here.
yeah.
Still,
still?
Peter and I belong to the Grange.
Yes.
That, you are, is it Masters of Husbandry?
Yes,
Yes.
Masters of
Patrons.
Patrons of Husbandry,
Or we pretend to be.
yeah. My neighbor sells at the Avon Flea Market. He sells more antiques,
Yep,
and he seems to be doing pretty well, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, we do a pretty good business there. I mean, we fill up a box truck and we come home with nothing. But we wholesale it out, but it's usually lower end stuff, a few dollars an item type stuff. But boy, it just goes like crazy. And
That's really
we've-
good.
Yeah, we've done it about 20 trips so far.
Yeah.
I'd say somewhere. in
It's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
I bet it is, meeting the people.
Oh, the
and-
buyers are great.
Yeah.
I don't go there myself, but I've seen the videos,
Uh-huh.
And these guys will meet them at 4 o'clock in the morning, and they got hat lights, 'cause it's dark, and they're digging through our boxes and putting boxes together, and it's like, there's like 20, 30 guys that just, yeah, looking for treasures,
Aren't we all?
Oh, yeah, that's what we do. That's what we consider ourselves, modern day treasure hunters. Right, Jay?
I watch Antiques Roadshow faithfully,
Yeah,
and it's just fun.
yeah.
To see what has value, what doesn't.
For sure. We've done this a bunch of times. Sometimes there'd be, full seats here for sure. And that's one thing I always gotta tell people is, in the Antiques Roadshow, because we have some people who actually went on it, and people had gone there, you go there in the morning, you wait in line, say 10 o'clock in the morning, they'll walk through the lines and they'll pick things out that they like. They'll say, oh, I like what you have here, come over this way. So they'll take it, they'll evaluate it, they'll spend the day pricing it out, and then they will put it on air and explain what they have. So they didn't just look at it and say,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
wow, look at this, this is worth $8,136. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's hard to really determine value. It requires extensive research. So on most everything, this is definitely a cool World War II era toy.
I don't know.
Is it-
World War II?
Is it
I
wood?
would think so.
I would
mean,
say.
Again, only based on
Yeah.
what it is, but, yeah,
You
it's
like
hard
the
to
old
do.
Bell
Yeah.
cameras too.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, do you do cameras?
We do some, I do it because I like the way they look, and we only buy the ones that have the bellows that come
Like
out.
that.
Yeah, something like this, they just display
What's a
really
bellow,
well.
this thing?
Yeah, like the accordion style
Oh,
piece that
okay.
comes out like that. They're pretty brittle, but, yeah, it's just, they're so complex and unique, and there are collectors out there, but it's hard to specifically determine the value of individual cameras
Again,
based on
we
their
had
name. It's more or less just the look.
a Webster camera.
Oh, you did?
It was manufactured here.
No kidding.
Oh,
That's
wow,
cool.
that's neat.
You have it here?
Yes, I think.
I think
Just a
we
minute, I have to put some of this stuff before I forget.
Jan's
Where'd it
gonna,
go?
Jan's gonna mix up the whole museum. So tomorrow you're gonna come in, to make cameras and the tools over there.
Yeah, exactly.
And somebody's gonna say, who did that? Somebody moved something. Famous last words here. Well, what do you think? None of this stuff back here is particularly collectible.
Oh, I mean, all of it has value. You
It's
find
just
the right
called,
person.
is it primitive?
Yeah, a lot of primitive stuff, sure. Tools, yeah. For sure, I mean, geez. Yeah, and it's just, it's the way that you have it displayed is why people buy it and collect it. Because they like to display it in their own house, just something like that. Nobody's gonna remember using the butter churn, but they're gonna be like, wow, that's so cool how,
Yes.
how that's how they used to actually make butter or whatever. and
When we
just-
do the flea market, they just pull out like pieces of history, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now they repurpose it by hanging it in their kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank does it
Yeah,
even.
we got, I mean, we live in a relatively modern house, but we got a nice cash register in our coffee area, you know what I mean? An old early 1900s national cash register. So
how
it fits
about-
in with certain decor. For
How
sure.
about our cash register here?
You got a beautiful one over there. That's a national
Is-
cash
is
register.
that
It's all brass. yeah.
Valuable?
Absolutely, yeah. Probably
A
a few thousand
WinPro
plus on that
camera.
particular model.
WinPro, yeah.
WinPro camera was made in Webster.
Look at
It's
that.
actually got a great look to it too.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Here,
1940s,
So-
50s?
guys, at the barn sale, they had 4 or 5 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
They sell
I'm
right
not
away.
kidding you. And I told
have
them
a
to
great
set
look.
one aside for me, and they were only $5
Oh.
because they had, when they were donated, they had like mildew inside,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
they
but would
cleaned them all
display
out.
nicely.
Yeah.
But they didn't know if they worked.
This is all Bakelite plastic, so I mean, it's gotta be,
Yeah.
40s at the most recent. I mean, plastic came out in the 40s, right? 40s, 50s.
Yeah, and here's the advertisement.
I love the swirl. I mean, this is a really cool looking camera, actually. I mean,
It is.
comparatively to what you see on the Kodak ones that were out from this era, this is way better looking. I mean, the plastic's fantastic. Yeah. No, it is, it's great, the swirl and the color, and
That's
that's what we look
good.
for with old radios, old tube
Yeah.
radios.
But see, if someone brings one in, now you know.
No.
Now I know, so that's a
Absolutely.
Webster camera.
Yeah,
I would've bought those ones if I would've come to that sale on time.
it says Webster Industries Incorporated.
You know, she's gonna yell at you if you mention that one more time.
So that's what the
I said if
wind,
I would've come to this sale on time, I would've probably tried to buy those.
Yeah,
See?
but I mean,
so
Johnny
maybe,
come lately.
Yeah,
maybe we
yeah.
should rethink our
That increases.
insurance.
Yeah, it is, I know.
We talked about that once, of having things valued and do it.
Yeah, trying to think of what
How
else.
about, does old clothing have any?
Oh, sometimes it does, actually.
People like old Levi's, old Lee jeans.
Old rock concert t-shirts now
Rock
are
concert
big.
t-shirts are huge.
Really?
Advertising shirts like Star Wars and all
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
stuff.
Or like Coca-Cola, old Pepsi shirts, you know, anything. But Levi's in general, I mean, vintage Levi's is a huge thing. A lot of buyers in Asia, Japanese buyers go crazy for Levi's, and they look for certain things. You know, back when Levi, certain eras, they would change the lettering and do a larger E or whatnot in the logo, and those would be more
Different color
collectible, different
tags.
colors, different things like that, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I've heard stories of people paying thousands. We don't get into it too much. We've had a few pieces come through. We've never really gotten any big scores on them or anything, but we've heard a lot about them. Ah,
We have one of those in the store right now.
several of them. It's an old candlestick phone. Yeah.
How much would you pay for that?
What do we pay for them? Usually $50, $60 off the street, you know.
Really?
If we can move them, we price them at 75 to 100. They're pretty cool. We like payphones better. The old payphones are a little bit more valuable. The 3
I
coin
don't even
ones.
think we got a payphone.
They're a bit heavier. We got a couple in the shop.
Nice.
They're very cool. But yeah, these look
How
great.
How much would that be worth, the payphone?
The payphone's about $400 or $500.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're the 3
Do you
coin
have one?
ones.
So if you find one around Webster,
Yeah.
take a screwdriver, take it off the wall, put it right in, and we're good.
Yeah, we got one in the shop hung up on the wall.
That's a good price, from 500.
Yeah, they've held their value pretty well. People love game rooms right now, and they put that kind of stuff in their man caves or game rooms just to give it a little bit of a unique look, you know.
We have one of the old ringer phones. It goes
The
on the
wood
wall.
box?
Oh, you mean the
It's a wooden
rotary?
box with
Oh.
a, you turn.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
of course, yeah, we got a couple of those in the shop too,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, not as collectible as the payphones, but they're like $100 to $200,
Mm-hmm.
you know, depending on the condition. If you got all the components on the inside,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of electronics that, wiring and different things inside there.
So if we get caught stealing payphones, we're gonna say who said to do it.
Yeah, right. Blame us. Bring in a stolen payphone. That'd be a bad way to go down.
Yes, it would.
When I-
Horrible.
When I go down, it's
Make
gonna
the
be
news
like
on
800
it.
ounces of gold, not
Mr. Palmer
delete that.
bought a stolen payphone. Tail between my legs, walking out of the place. That's horrible.
So how much you gonna,
Tobacco tins?
buy the advertising for
Which one?
these?
I honestly, I really do like them. I think they're cool. And I was saying earlier, I think
I
they're
was
artists.
wondering about
proofs.
cigarette stuff.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, people like old tins, old advertising tins, pipe tobacco, different things like that. Condition's a factor, but they're like $5 to $10 a piece. You can
Okay,
usually find them pretty reasonably.
okay, I'm gonna put this back. for when I find-
This is one of those things that you probably wouldn't find a comp, like a sold comp on. I was saying that I think they're probably artist proofs because of the numbers written up there.
Oh, they are?
I think so, probably, yeah. And I don't know if they ever even made it to the market, who knows, maybe they were just.
I mean,
designed-
I've
it's
got-
kinda weird if you think about it, cause I
I
mean.
got a professor from RID that wrote up his book in history, he recognized me in it, but, he wants, Hans's stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't think I need to give that to him though.
I gotcha.
You know, the weird thing about these is the other advertising that we saw when we looked this up, they all had big smiles and teeth showing, so these are literally more or less advertising the cigarette versus anything with
I know
toothpaste,
this.
Which is the weirdest thing. So who knows if they ever made it to the market? Maybe they put a bunch of these out
There's
here.
no name on it?
There's no name, but there's like in pencil on the top.
Oh,
Oh, there
yeah,
are some things in the back.
that's a number,
Yeah, but in pencil on the top, they
Yeah.
go like 3, 2, 3, 5, and I wonder if they were just shopping.
here's 6,
Yeah.
so
Maybe
there's
it was
no
some sort of
one?
a set. I don't really know.
Oh. Be
Oh.
careful, they go.
I wouldn't, I really don't know. We one of those things where I would kind of wing it, you know? I mean, if you said how much off the top, I'd probably go price per. But I mean, I don't know, maybe like $100 for the set or something.
Okay,
That,
Just to add, just
Bring
to
it.
have it in
it's
frame,
better
you
than
know?
going in the garbage,
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
right?
No,
He'd
you
frame 'em
ain't put in
and-
the garbage. No,
He
no.
would frame them and show them.
is that Prince Albert?
Yep,
Prince Albert
in a
can.
can, yep.
You wanna smoke?
No, but we used to call people and say, do you have Prince Albert in a can?
No.
Well, yes, well then let him out.
That's like the refrigerator. Remember that was, is your refrigerator running? Yeah, we better
Yeah,
go
you
catch
gotta
it.
hurry up
Uh-huh.
and catch it, right?
Jeez.
I taught fifth grade, and fifth graders love jokes.
Oh, yeah.
I learned them all.
Gotcha, that's funny.
Well,
Let's see what else Jan brings out here.
how about that old radio? I mean, do they have any, are they
We have one
collectible?
in the store again,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I
There's
love
no-
old tube radios again, I like them for the decor. We
Oh.
don't get people pounding on the door saying, I need to buy an old tube radio, you know?
But
They
we
make it-
do have a lot of people coming in and saying, I remember that, my
Yeah.
grandmother had it, or my
Yeah.
grandmother had that.
We get that here too.
Same thing with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with old TVs, but the big problem with old radios is that they have a chassis that runs full of capacitors, resistors, et cetera, and they dry out, they crack, they corrode, and they have to be what they call recapping it, which means you gotta put all new capacitors and resistors throughout the entire chassis. So, I mean, to do that is very time consuming, there's not a lot of people these days left that know how to do that.
Well, they went out to see if they could find someone to
Oh,
do
yeah,
that.
it's hard, it's
And
hard. There
finally
was-
gave
yeah.
up and bought an Alexa, and it's
Yeah.
so much easier.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know of anybody anymore. There's this one gentleman here in Webster that did it, and he was the best of the best, unfortunately passed away. But he worked at Radio Days in Victor, and he was their head guy who did all the, refurbishing of all the radios, and he had an amazing collection. He did all mine, and, but that, I don't know anybody anymore, so.
When we turn one of those things on, I swear, I'm gonna hear Lone Ranger or something, you know what I mean? And-
Well, yeah, that's what they used to do, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, do you get stuff that goes way back in
Oh,
the
yeah.
agricultural history of our town? Do farmers or people bring in?
I don't see too much Webster history, to be
No.
honest with you. I mean, some little things
Not
here in our
lately,
books
anyway,
sometimes.
Yeah, you don't-
Yearbooks, things like that, I mean,
Yeah.
Do yearbooks have value?
if someone famous was in them,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's, there's a lot of famous Rochester people, so there's some yearbooks going back that have, like Lou Graham from Foreigner and Rhonda Quaid yearbook would have some value, or,
Lou Graham lives down on Lake Road.
yeah. And who's the gentleman that passed away, that lived in Rochester, that, wasn't a trumpet?
Chuck Mangione.
Chuck
Yeah, Chuck
Mangione.
Mangione, right, yeah, I actually had one of his yearbooks, and we did really well with it, actually, we sold it,
Very
years
good.
ago, yeah, so.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for
No
having us.
problem.